Broadcasting from the Tourism Indaba. This really is an absolutely magnificent day. You can see the beach there in your shot right now. Well, I'm actually looking at a monitor that's a bit blurry, but I'm just going to tell you what I'm seeing, and it's just beautiful. I know that you can see this morning we've just, and I was reading a couple of the tweets. I had a bit of time. So many people loving the dolphins coming out to visit this morning, and that was just something so special, and that was because the sardine run was on this morning. We saw the boats out early this morning. They were putting their nets forward, and the dolphins obviously knowing that there were plenty of sardines and some wonderful breakfast for them, so they were here and having a great time. There you can see the guys on your screen right now, the guys that were doing that sardine run, which is just fantastic. So all those sardines are in that boat right now as we speak. Now apparently that's some beautiful boat that's been in the family for many years, and it's just it's a fantastic thing. All right, there you can also see one of the boats leaving the harbour, one of the big vessels, and this is one of the busiest harbours, in and out constantly. You're seeing these massive ships moving in and out, carrying different goods and services that are coming through here, and you can see the queue of ships that are trying to get in there. And also a bit earlier you saw those guys going out to put up the shark nets for all of the bathers that are coming out this morning to enjoy this beautiful day. A bit cloudy, but I can tell you one thing, it's nice and warm, and it's a fantastic day to end off this Tourism Indaba. It's a full day ahead, don't get me wrong. It's just started, so it's a 3-day event. It started on Saturday, Sunday, and of course today, and you will see people from all over Africa coming here, showcasing their goods and services and everything that they have to offer when it comes to enhancing tourism and getting people to come and visit them, whether it be for just a leisure holiday or for a business opportunity, business conferences, because you know that that is a major income spinner for any country to host these big events that come through. Well, somebody that's come in from the African continent is Ikechi Uko. He is the owner of the Akwaaba Trade Show from Lagos, Nigeria. So let's talk to him right now. Good to have you on the program. Welcome to Morning Live.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
Good. I'm so glad. What is your impression so far of the Indaba?
First of all, the dolphins were wonderful.
Everybody, I know, they're stealing the limelight today, but they seem to have disappeared along with all of the sardines.
The sun came out and they left.
Exactly.
Fantastic, wonderful, yeah. Coming here, this is my first time at the Tourism Indaba, and it's been a fantastic experience. You know, most times Africans, we meet ourselves in World Travel Market in London, we meet ourselves at the ITB in Berlin, Arabian Travel Market. Why can't we meet ourselves in Africa? So today, yesterday and the day before yesterday, I had to meet with my friends from Uganda, Kenya, Tanzania. Fantastic experience. Good. And having to discuss nothing else but Africa is great.
I'm very happy to hear that, because we were very worried about our fellow African countries coming here into South Africa, particularly for the Tourism Indaba, with all of these news events running up to this, with the unfortunate incidences of xenophobia attacks on our foreign nationals that are living and working here in South Africa. How did you feel? I mean, coming here, Nigerians being victims of the xenophobic attacks, what influenced you to come, and generally the feeling that you're feeling here?
First, I need to commend SAT, the tourism organization. They went on overdrive. They reached everybody. They contacted everybody. I was far away in Japan. I had to move back to be able to come over because the emotions were very high everywhere. I passed through Ghana, Ethiopia, the radio stations, the newspaper editorials. Everybody was like, let's get these South Africans, let's eat them. You know, everybody was angry. But they tried to reach out to everybody, explain what actually happened. The international media wasn't giving a lot of the South African version of it. We heard, okay, we all saw the pictures and they were bad. But the effort of the agencies involved to reach out to people, explain, was very high. So some of us came, and the funny thing was that once I said on Facebook, I'm off to South Africa. You're bushmeat now. You're going to get eaten in South Africa. Those guys are waiting for you. But the experience here has been different. Good. And starting, every South African I met was like, that wasn't us. And they tried to explain themselves, starting from the airport in Joburg all the way down to Durban. The guy on the street, the taxi driver, the waiter, everybody, you're welcome back home. We understand what happened. we are brothers. That feeling is what Africa needs to hear. That's what they need to see. And yesterday we asked the minister that people in Africa think you have not apologized. But he communicated quite well to everybody and said, look, this happened. We don't deny it. There are problems on the ground and it happened. But for us, this doesn't represent what we believe in. This is not the Africa we want to see. And I think that's enough. But for those of us in tourism, South Africa is a star player on the continent. South Africa is where everybody wants to go to. So it was difficult for us to see one of our leading players have such a problem. So I think they have done the right thing, and we should do a little further to go out to other African countries. And for me, who I organize the biggest travel exhibition in West Africa, so I know the nightmare they will go through, because I had Ebola last year, which affected my event. But South African tourism turned up. In spite of Ebola, they still came for my show. So it's also good that Africans have to rally around South African tourism and come over for Indaba and support whatever you're doing here. So I'm happy that most of my other friends came, because we are tourism professionals. We understand this is social issues, but we have to make sure the business of tourism survives. And if South Africa suffers, every other person in Africa will also suffer. Indeed. Because it's our business.
Well, that is the reality, and I think that's the message that has been brought through this entire broadcast, is that we are so tightly linked. We are one continent, and when you do get visitors coming to South Africa or to Nigeria or to Mozambique or to wherever it may be, they want to travel more than just that country. They want to see Africa as a whole, and that's what's so beautiful about it. And I imagine that the Tourism Indaba is what creates that platform to get this united Africa and to make us one holiday destination for the world, and to all benefit from this. Is it working though? Is that concept of a one Africa something that is attainable?
Like I told the minister yesterday, there was a minister of tourism from Kenya called Balala, who was pushing the One Africa concept as a destination. Now he's moved to power. And I think the South African tourism minister, Derek, has inherited that passion. And that's how Africa has to move. It is possible because there's a variety that Africa offers that you don't get anywhere else in the world. So if we don't put ourselves together, Ebola happened in West Africa, but it affected everybody in Africa. Indeed. So nobody sees you at 54 different countries. They see us as one country. We're 1 billion people in 54 different countries, but people don't seem to appreciate that. So we have to make the difference. We have to come together, speak as one voice. And the kind of relationship that SAT and my own organization and some other people in Kenya are putting together is to create that kind of value for Africa. We'll bring these different shades of Africa together. I know you call yourself the Rainbow Nation, but we're actually the Rainbow continent here. So let's put all of this together and get people to see it. And if South Africa markets only itself and doesn't bother about others, something happens in Liberia, which is like 4,000 kilometers away, and it affects you. So I think that is possible, and the realization is there. And I think the AU and the ministers of tourism are coming together to create a platform that will enable people share experiences and present a common front for Africa.
It's been such a pleasure talking to you, because I kind of am understanding where you're coming from, and it's been so enlightening to see somebody from the African continent coming here and just supporting what we're doing. So thank you so much for talking to us here on the program.
Yeah, I thank you also for having me here, and also need to commend the Indaba project and the SAT, what they are doing, trying to build partnerships across Africa and bring people to work together. South Africa is leading, and we're happy to be part of it.
I'm so glad. Thank you very, very much. I'm sure they'll be so happy to hear that as well. Ikechi Uko, who's the owner of the Akwaaba Trade Show from Lagos, Nigeria, talking to us here on Morning Live, and just such good, comforting words coming from our neighbours from the African continent after those devastating xenophobic attacks, to say that they are not experiencing anything of what they saw on the news, and we're so happy to hear that. So thank you, South Africa, for your hospitality as always. All right, let's go. It's 8:30, time for